Did you know Christianity enslaved black people for 400 years, and it still enslaves us today? When our ancestors were torn from Africa, Christianity came with them as a weapon. They were beaten, whipped, raped, and killed, all while being told it was God's will. Their languages, their traditions, their gods were erased. Their names were stripped. Children were separated from parents, families destroyed. The Bible was forced into their hands, twisted to teach obedience, submission, and that their suffering was holy. On the plantations, from Charleston, South Carolina to Savannah, Georgia, from New Orleans, Louisiana to Richmond, Virginia, from the sugar fields of Louisiana to the cotton fields of Mississippi and Alabama, Christianity was control disguised as salvation. Preachers stood on pulpits telling enslaved people to love their masters, bless their chains, and pray for the people who tortured them. Education was banned, reading was forbidden, knowledge was punished with death. Families were sold apart, women were raped, men were worked to death, and children were forced to watch, obey, and learn the Bible as the law of submission. Christianity taught black people to create a devil. The very word devil comes from slavery. The same religion that oppressed us called black people the devil. And now, centuries later, black people worship an imaginary figure that was born from the same system that enslaved them. For 400 years, we were told we were evil, sinful, and cursed. And now we continue to live in that lie, unknowingly worshiping the same concept that was forced onto us. In plantations, missions, and churches, Christianity was a mask for terror. It dressed violence as moral duty, oppression as divine order. Slaves were forced to pray for the very system that destroyed them, while their own African gods of freedom and power, Ogun, Shango, Anansi, were demonized or erased. And after slavery ended, the chains didn't vanish. Churches became places to internalize shame, guilt, and self-doubt. Jim Crow laws, lynchings, segregated schools, and the policing of black bodies were all enforced under the watch of Christian morality. Black people were told that their suffering was God's plan, that their oppression was righteous, and that obedience was holy. Mental slavery continues. People still pray to a God who never freed their ancestors, while forgetting the ones who did, the African gods and ancestors who resisted, rebelled, and fought for liberation. How can any black person be a Christian today? That is so disrespectful to our ancestors who fought, bled, and died for freedom. There are more black people in Christianity than any other race. How can you look in the mirror and worship the same God, the same system that wiped out your people, that burned them, whipped them, and sold them? For 400 years, Christianity destroyed bodies, minds, and souls, and the echoes of that control are still alive. From Charleston to New Orleans, from Richmond to Natchez, the scars remain. It is not just history, it is our present. Every Sunday service, every sermon that preaches obedience over power, every story of sacrifice framed as moral duty reminds us the chains may be invisible, but they are still there. Wake up. For 400 years, Christianity taught your people to hate themselves, to bow, to obey, to call themselves cursed while their bodies were stolen, their gods erased, their families destroyed. Every chain, every whip, every sermon telling you to bless your master was designed to kill your spirit. The same Bible you read today is the same Bible used to erase your people. Every time you open it, your mind takes a trip back to the plantations, back to the fields where your ancestors were whipped, raped, and forced to pray to the hand that crushed them. That book wasn't written to free you, it was written to control you. And today, many still kneel. They still worship the same God, the same system, the same lies that tried to erase us from history. You are standing on the bones of your ancestors, the blood of warriors who refused chains, and yet some still pray to the hand that tried to crush them. Ask yourself, how long will you let a story written by your oppressors shape your life? The time to wake up is now. Your freedom was never in their Bible. It was in you, in your blood, in your gods, in your mind. Stop kneeling. Stand. Remember who you are. Remember who we are.